You promised yourself, this morning I'll wake up early. You promised yourself, today I will finish that task. You promised yourself, I'll stop checking my phone. And then you negotiated with yourself just 5 more minutes. I'll do it tomorrow. I deserve a break. And the strange thing is, nobody forced you to break that promise. You negotiated with yourself. Have you ever wondered what happens even time and every time you do that? Something much deeper than losing one productive hour. You're teaching your mind. My own words does not matter. And every time you keep a promise to yourself, you're teaching your mind the opposite. When I say I'll do something, I'll do it. That is where inner strength begins. And the Vedic tradition has a powerful word for the fire of disciplined effort. That is tapas. Namaste Karyans, I'm Vanitha Ganeshmurthy, founder of Karyasiddi Productivity Hub and your Vedic Karyan productivity coach. Welcome back to Vedic Productivity Talks. This is episode 331, day 13 of our 21-day Race of the Karyan, season 3. Yesterday, we explored satsang, the power of the environment and the people around us. Today, we turn the mirror towards ourselves because even when your environment supports you, there comes a moment when you have to make a choice. Comfort says, not today. Discipline says, I give my word. Today, we are going to discover how the Vedic principles of tapas transform that moment to your inner strength. Let's begin. Let's be honest, most of us know what we should do. We know we do exercise. We know we should focus. We know we should sleep on time. We know we should finish important work. We know we should stop procrastinating. So why don't we? Because knowing is not the problem. Negotiating is. We know negotiate with ourselves all day. Just this once. I'll start Monday. I'm too tired. I'll do it when I feel motivated. And every negotiation seems harmless. But there is a hidden cost. Your mind start learning your pattern. It learns pressure to escape, discomfort to avoid, difficulty to delay. And eventually the habit becomes automatic. The Sanskrit word tapas comes from the root tap, meaning to heat or burn. In the Vedic tradition, tapas is associated with the discipline effort, austerity, and transformative practice. Think about gold. Gold does not become refined because someone wishes it to be pure. It passes through fire. The fire does not destroy the gold, it removes what does not belong. Tapas works similarly. Discipline burns away, comfort, excuses, impulses, inconsistency, not because suffering is the goal, but because transformation requires sustained effort. And this is important. Tapas is not punishment. Tapas is not, I must make my life miserable. It is, I'm willing to tolerate temporary discomfort for a greater purpose. That is a completely different mindset. A Karyan does not ask, do I feel like doing it? A Karyan asks, did I commit to doing it? That's the difference because feeling change. Commitments can remain. You don't need to feel motivated to keep a promise. You need alignment. And every time you act according to your commitment, your strength, your self trust, let's take three examples. When comfort says, sleep for another hour. Tapas says, get up. When distraction says, check your phone, tapas says, finish the task first. When difficulty says, give up, tapas says, take the next step. That's how the inner strength is built, not in one dramatic moment, but through hundreds of tiny decisions. I've seen this many times in coaching. Someone says, Vanita, I want to become disciplined, and I ask, what promise have you made to yourself that you keep it breaking? And suddenly there is a silence because discipline sounds like a big concept, but discipline is actually very personal. It may be, I said I would wake up at 6. I said I would complete this proposal. I said I would spend 30 minutes learning. I said I would not teach my phone during this hour. You don't need to fix your entire life tomorrow. Start with one promise, keep it, then another, keep it. Slowly, your mind starts believing you. And that creates something motivation cannot give you. It's all about self trust. Here is your sadhana for today. Choose one small promise, not 10, just one. Make it so small that you cannot hide behind excuses. For example, I will walk with my phone away for 25 minutes, or I will walk for 15 minutes, or I will complete one difficult task before checking social media. Then make one rule, no negotiation. When the time comes, do it. Not because you feel like it, because you said you would. At the end of the day, right? I kept my word. That sentence is very powerful because you're not just completing a task, you're training your identity. I want you to ask yourself honestly, what promise to myself have I been breaking repeatedly? Don't choose something huge, choose something real. Then ask, what would change if I become a person who trusted my own words? Sit with that. Because when you trust yourself, you don't need someone constantly pushing you. You become your own accountability. Karyans, this is difference between knowing productivity and becoming productive. You can learn hundreds of techniques, but if you don't practice discipline, knowledge remains knowledge. That's why the Vedic Karyan Launchpad is built around implementation. We don't want you to simply understand tapas. We want you to practice it. One commitment, one action, one day at a time. And when you practice alongside a community of people who are also committed to growth, your discipline becomes stronger, your accountability becomes stronger, and eventually the person who once needed motivation becomes the person who simply acts. That's a Karyan. So here is your challenge today. Choose one promise, write it down, and keep it. No negotiation, no excuses, no waiting for motivation. Then come back and tell me, I kept my word. Because today we are not chasing productivity, we are building self trust. If today's episode made you look different at discipline, share it with someone who keeps breaking promises to themselves. Subscribe to Vedic Productivity Talks and in the comment complete this sentence. Today I'll keep my promise to myself to dash. Fill the blank. Tomorrow we continue our journey of building a Karyan mindset, one Vedic principle, one practice action, one person growth every day. Until then, think like a Karyan, live like a Karyan, raise like a Karyan, one baby step at a time. Be productive and have a great day. Bye. Jai Hind.